Hi there, it's Miss Hi. I was just going to show you today how to play Hound Dog by Elvis Presley. But first, I thought I'd show you how to read chord charts, because once you can read chord charts, you can do all kinds of chords and learn them yourself without having to have somebody instruct you. Okay? So the first one that is used in this song is the C. Now, when you're looking at it, you see these little open things. That means you play those strings, not pressing anything on your frets. Okay? But notice this one tells you which fret and also which finger to use. That's your third finger, which would be this finger on, count your frets. 1, 2, 3. That's your third fret of, this is the A string. It's the one that's closest to the floor. Okay? Now on the F chord, reading the chart, notice you've got different fingers than you do on that one. You play this one open, so you're not pressing anything on that string, which is the C string. You're not pressing anything on your A string, which is the one closest to the floor. The one closest to your face, you're going to use your second finger to press on the second fret. You're going to use your first finger on your E string on the first fret. Okay, so I'm going to show you that in the video. Okay, now your G7 string is your G7 chord is your final chord that you need for this particular song, and you only have one open chord. You're going to use 3 fingers on this one, and notice the numbers. That shows you that your second finger is on the second fret of your C string. Your first finger is on the first fret of the E string, and your third finger is on the second fret of your A string. Now I will show you how that looks. On the C chord, you're using your third finger, okay? 1, 2, 3. On the bottom string of your ukulele, so third finger, bottom string, third fret. So that is where you're going to place your finger, okay? And that is the sound. Now on the F chord, these 2 fingers right here are going to come into play, and you're going to take this finger off. Your first finger goes right here on the first fret of the E string, and your second finger goes to the second fret of your G string. So see how those 2 fingers are placed, and these other 2 fingers are off the ukulele, okay? So I'll pull my fingers out of the way so you can see. And remember, ballerina fingers, so that's the very tips of your fingers so that you're not muting any other sound. That is an F chord. Now, the G chord uses this finger, but that top finger, it moves. Okay? What you're going to do is that this finger stays the same. So it's on the first fret of the E string. This finger lands right here. Now I'm going to show you my third finger first because it's easier to see it if I do it this way. Your third finger, this one right here, okay, your ring finger is going to be on the second fret of your A string, and your middle finger is going to go on the second fret. That's your number 2 finger, is on the second fret of your C string. So the bottom 3 strings are all touched somewhere, and then your first string you're playing open, and that is your G7 chord. And that is what it sounds like. So this is your least used chord. That one is your most used chord, your C. And then the F you use a little bit less, but it's just about as much as the C, okay? Now, how you play this song, you have your C chord. You start before you start playing. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time. Here's where you change to your F. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, crying all the, back to C. Now you change to your G7. You ain't never caught a rabbit, go to your F, and you ain't no, back to your C, friend of mine, on mine, okay? Okay, so let's do that again. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time. Well, you ain't never caught a rabbit, and you ain't no friend of mine. And then you stop the sound so that you can start the next verse. Well, they said you was high class, but that was just a lie. Back to your F. Well, they said you was high class, but that was just a lie. Same pattern as the first one. Well, you ain't never caught a rabbit and you ain't no friend of mine. And then you sing this first verse again. It's a super simple song. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time. Well, you ain't never caught a rabbit and you ain't no friend of mine. And that's how the song ends, okay? So, you go from C, and you stay on C for quite a little bit there. Then you change to F, and you come back to C. You go to G7, to F, and then back to C. Okay? Now I'm going to do a play along that you can do that. Now, let's work on strum. You can do just a basic strum where you're just doing like this. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time. Well, you ain't never caught a rabbit and you ain't no friend of mine. Okay, you can do that, or you can do what they call the Hawaiian Strum, which I kind of vary it up between this, which is down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. And I kind of don't do the full. I do a down, down, up, down. I'm trying to think of how I actually do that. Down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down. Okay, you can do that, which I don't think about it when I'm doing it. I'm just giving it a little, coming up gives you a little extra flavor while you're playing. So try an up strum every once in a while in the middle of your playing this, just instead of just down strums. That's the kind of the next level of being able to play. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time. And you change to your F. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time. Well, you ain't never caught a rabbit and you ain't no friend of mine. You can also do something called chucking. Now, chucking is very complicated when you're first starting out. It's where you're stopping the sound with your hand as you play. Okay, so that's where you're doing the same kind of strum, but you're landing your hand on the strings to silence and mute the sound in between. Okay, so it takes practice. So if you want to work on chucking, we can do a video just on chucking, but you can try to practice on this song. Okay, just strum down, and then as you come down, instead of letting your hand go away from the strings, just land your hand, the side of your hand onto the strings. Okay, and then you'll lift so that you can get sound. That's where you get the chucking sound that gives almost a kind of percussion sound while you're playing. So we're going to try to sing it together. So, are you ready? Okay, here we go. Start with your C. Give it your best Elvis growl. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time. Well, you ain't never caught a rabbit and you ain't no friend of mine. Well, they said you was high class, that was just a lie. Well, they said you was high class, but that was just a lie. Well, you ain't never caught a rabbit and you ain't no friend of mine. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, you go. See you next time.